they've already put half the cost of the buy-in rider already on that, so they are losing money. Everyone's losing money by them shutting them down for one day unexpectedly, so that band can't play. Now this is what could happen. This is what we're standing up against, and we're taking it to state. We'll be going up against the state. Right now we've got Ron Paul's, some of his campaign managers have showed up in our court case at the City Hall in Muncie, Indiana, when we took the initial case, which, because the fire marshals are the ones that have to act upon the whole thing, but anyway, it's a whole different thing, but if you go to follymoon.com, you'll figure out that you'll hear our whole story about how we're going out against the Department of Homeland Security. So
that was a...
That's good, though. I mean,
yeah.
Fight the power, man, whatever you got to do, right?
Need to fight it.
Yeah, especially...
Well, why were you... what were you going to say, Hazard?
Well, especially since the fact that you got to pay a certain amount of money to pay a band to come in.
Right.
Like, where the hell does the fucking trickle-down effect or whatever the fuck the government promised you is? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
I'm going to take a quick break, but while we were on the topic of fighting the system, Friday night I had an interview with Adam Armstrong of Rebel Inc. If anybody knows anything about that band, they're all about fighting the system. So I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back from the break, I will play the interview with Adam from Rebel Inc. We will be right back on the Crash Report, so don't go anywhere. Yo, what's up? I am in here with Adam from Rebel Inc. What's up, Adam?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. You guys are on tour right now.
Affirmative.
How long you been on the road?
Well, we're on the road kind of on and off for like the last 4 years now. Still got to work the day jobs, to kind of make the money to be able to do this stuff. But we've been touring 22 states independently over the last 5 years, so we've covered close to half the country.
How long you been on this tour?
This is stop number one.
Oh, wow.
Stop number one. We're here at Ripper's Rock House in Akron, and then we head back to our original hometown just outside Detroit, Michigan for tomorrow night. And then we're going to take it easy for a little while before we play. We got a show with Head PE in Winchester, Virginia. And we're playing with Asking Alexandria and All That Remains in Baltimore on December 13th. So, and then we'll be taking a break.
So you are from Detroit, you said?
Originally, yep.
You you look like you are from the South.
Really?
You do, with that beard and everything.
Man, people in the South are so warm they don't need beards, man. These northern people, man, us Nanook people, as cold weather hits, we got to grow that beard out.
So in case the listeners have not heard of Rebel Inc., you want to explain it a little bit?
Well, we're a mix of like metal, punk, hip hop, funk. We don't really have like a set style or a set genre. We're very politically and socially oriented in regards to society that we live in now, and of course the politics that kind of run the society, plus a lot of stuff that are behind the curtains, like your banks and all that kind of stuff, the money that runs the system. But when you kind of mix all that, you pretty much have like an anti-authority, anti-government, anti-political sound, with just kind of raw, hard-edged passion, emotion behind it.
Comedian and That Metal Show host Jim Florentine rated you guys one of the best bands of 2013.
It was he actually named our new album "Soundtrack to the Revolution" the number one metal album of 2012, and he released a list of like the top 10, and to even be on it at all is an honor. We're an independent band, we do everything on our own, and when we wake up one day and you find out that somebody like Jim Florentine named your album the number one metal album of the year, it was kind of like, holy shit.
I think he's going to be here for your show tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's performing down the road, place down the road, I think like 15, 20 minutes away. And if he can make it here in time, he's going to get here to plug in, get amped up, and spread some energy with us. So,
how did, were you guys on that list with some bigger names too?
Yeah, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, man, but correct me if I'm saying it wrong. Is it Chimera?
Chimera,
They were on the list.
I think they're from Cleveland.
ZZ Top was on the list. I didn't even know they were metal. But it's funny because when I was a kid, I was a huge ZZ Top fan. That's part of the reason that that I ended up even getting into music. Yeah, and the beard.
The beard.
Part of the beard. That might be just in the brain, But they were a huge influence on me, ZZ Top. When I was a kid, my dad had them on the record player all the time.
I liked them until they started getting all the pop stuff in their sound and everything.
And I think that's a lot of bands. When bands start in a certain area, it seems like for whatever reason when they get into their later eras, it seems like they kind of become more like pop. Like perfect example, like your Papa Roach. Man, Papa Roach. Like I tell people a lot, like we sound like early Papa Roach or an early Linkin Park. Both of those bands came out.
Hybrid
raw.
Theory from Linkin Park.
They were
is a
raw.
Great album.
They were high energy. They were passionate. They were, and now they're a lot more poppy. Totally different sound now from what it was. Not that necessarily is bad, but pop's just not my genre. I like that hard, raw edge, raw. Especially when it comes to the recordings and the live performances. Like those are part of what inspires me as a musician.
Are the bands opening up for you tonight? Are they touring with you guys, or are they just from around the area?
I believe both bands are local bands. Typically, we don't tour often with other independent bands. The tour part with other independent bands is very difficult because touring independently as an individual band is already hard to do. But basically, if you're touring around the country with bands that nobody's ever heard of before, you're not bringing a whole lot of people out to your shows. So we tend to try to meet the good bands, the good people of the different cities that we tour into, and then we build a family from there. You meet the right people, you meet the right bands, you meet the bands that are good bands and that work hard to help bring people out, and then you can trade shows. We can bring people to Baltimore that brought us to Akron, or that brought us to Detroit, or whatever it may be. We can bring them to Baltimore, or some of the other areas like in West Virginia. We have a huge following pretty much everywhere in West Virginia, to where we can help get other bands exposure as well. But touring independently with another independent band that none of us have a ton of songs on the radio. We're not getting that that press and all that PR like these big national bands are.
Right.
We
right.
depend on the locals, and we're all about local. We support local when it comes to food, when it comes to energy, all that type of stuff. So why not when it comes to music?
Is tonight your first night ever working with Rippers?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you like it so far here?
Yeah. I mean, it's been an awesome experience already. Like we walked right in, positive atmosphere, and
yeah,
good times.
I've heard some of these bands. They I don't know. I guess they don't really like it here. I have never played here. I played the old one, but I don't really understand how you could not like it here. I mean, it's such a great place.
Well, being in a band, the only thing that I could see people having a gripe with at all, just from my first walk-in, is the seating. Because when you offer people a chance to sit down, they're going to sit down.
Exactly.
But the thing that I thought was awesome about this place already is that all the tables that they had up front, they had signs right on them saying at 8 p.m., we're taking these tables out of here to create standing room so we, people that want to come up to the front of the stage for the crowd can do so, So that's definitely cool. But anytime you can offer seating, like we're a high energy band, like you don't want people sitting down.
Right. Exactly.
And the problem is you may have people that don't really want to sit down, but once you offer them a chair, they're going to have a seat.
Are you familiar with any of the openers tonight, or not at all?
Not at all. Yep, not at all.
I have my friend Will here next to me. Will, I think one of the openers, a Stalemate. I think they are from Ellet, which is where you are from.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
You are? Do you know them at all?
Not personally. But yeah,
I know you know a lot of. Well, you're a musician yourself, and I know you know a lot of people. So
absolutely.
Is that the two-piece band?
I believe so.
Is it? I have no idea.
Frankie, the front of house guy, was telling me, he's like, I think this is the band that's probably on right now. The two-piece is just a young drummer and a young guitar player. They don't have no vocals or bass. They just shred a stage. And
sounds like Silver Skull. Have you guys ever heard of Sean? You've heard of them?
Yes, I have.
There's a band. I don't know. I think they're from Kent or something. And the drummer's like 13, and the singer's like 18. And they're like this like two-piece like death metal band.
That's crazy.
It's really Will. You know who they are?
No.
Alex, Silver Skull.
No, but I do know of one two-piece metal band. I forget what they're called.
I think it's.
They played at the Vortex.
Oh, of course. Any two-piece band is incredible.
Oh yeah, I've seen. There's a band out. It's called like the X-Potentials or something like that. I know I've seen them on the East Coast. I'm not sure where they're from. Two-piece band, guitar player, drummer, and they are fucking awesome.
It's Denegation.
Denegation? No, they're not two-piece.
They're two-piece.
No, they're not.
Last time,
Dude, I played with them.
so did I.
Yeah, they're not two-piece.
They were two-piece.
Is that the band that says like "fuck" all the time, and they wear those like shirts with blood all over them?
No.
Denegation? Yes, it is. All right, whatever. Anyways, what's up, Sean?
I don't see the whole like concept of having a two-piece band. Like, what's entertaining about having a drummer and a guitar?
It's not that it's so much entertaining,
Without
but I mean,
vocals though. Like, there's just.
well, how
Well,
often
there are
I mean-
two-piece bands like the X-Potentials that I was talking about. The guy that plays guitar does also sing. So as long as you can fill in sonically, you have a deep enough sound with the drum. Once a drum kit's mic'd up, drum kit can sound huge, and then obviously you add the guitar to it. Like you can get away, especially when you're playing a certain kind of rock and roll.
Yeah.
You can get away with no bass.
Well, that's what we had to do. We were playing out in Sandusky.
vocals, one
We had two vocals, one guitar, and a drummer.
I
And
still think personally we ripped that shit up though.
it was
got a lot
good.
of
We
feedback.
sounded good. I
A
mean,
lot of good feedback.
We fucked up psychosocial.
Well, I think a lot
No.
of
Rephrase that. I fucked up psychosocial.
but a lot of people can look past the stuff that you don't. Like
Yeah.
a bass player, like they can look past it and get it. Now the people that know your music, that have bought your